In the last 5 years, I used Alibaba to pay my Chinese suppliers more than 250,000 US dollars. And to be honest, I've never had a bad experience because there are 5 rules I'll always follow to never get scammed on Alibaba. So rule number 1 is to always buy from verified suppliers. Trust me on this one. I've seen how my friends got scammed for buying from unverified suppliers just because their price was 5% cheaper. But in the end, the quality of the products they received was much lower than what they expected. So from now on, whenever you search for anything on Alibaba, make sure to check the verified suppliers box first. Alright, rule number 2 is to always keep all of your conversation with your supplier on Alibaba. This way, if anything unexpected happens, you can use that conversation to open a dispute with the Alibaba support team and claim a refund. Usually, Chinese suppliers try to get your WhatsApp or WeChat to take the conversation to another platform. But what I've learned during the last 5 years is to always chat with them on Alibaba platform because they won't be able to edit or delete their conversation in the future. Rule number 3 is to always use Alibaba's trade assurance. Trade assurance is a free service by Alibaba to boost the trust between you and your supplier. So if your products aren't shipped on time or if your products don't meet the quality standard as your contract with your supplier, you're covered and Alibaba will help you to reach a satisfactory outcome. Now this could be refunding some of your money or reaching another agreement between you and your supplier. So the next time you search for a product on Alibaba, make sure to check the trade assurance box on the left side and also make sure to pay online using Alibaba's payment platform. Rule number 4 is to always use Alibaba production monitoring service. So if you just pay, I think 48 US dollars, your supplier gets phone calls every day to confirm the production status, and there will be one on-site check from a third-party inspection company when the production is done and your products are ready. I personally think this service is super cheap for the value it provides because it reduces the risk of order delays significantly. Rule number 5 is extremely important, and to be honest, I learned it from my father, and it's to never pay 100% of your invoice upfront. There is a golden rule that every professional businessman knows, which is to pay only 30% at the beginning and 70% after a few weeks or whenever your goods are ready. If you don't trust your supplier, you can use the production monitoring service and wait until the Alibaba inspectors confirm, and then you can go ahead and pay the balance. Alright, now let's talk about the Alibaba's payment option. You can pay with your credit card, you can pay with TT or wire transfer from your bank, you can pay with PayPal, you can pay with Google Pay or Apple Pay, and finally, if you're a US buyer, you can use Pay Later as well. But let's talk about each payment method and see the processing fee and transaction time of each one. So the first option is to pay your supplier with a credit card. As you can see, they accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and the rest of these companies. They support more than 20 currencies like US dollar, Canadian dollar, and so on, which enables you to pay up to $12,000. The transaction fee is 3% and the processing time is 1 to 2 hours, which is the fastest and it's great. Alright, the next payment method is PayPal, which to be honest, most Chinese suppliers don't like. They usually ask you to pay with a wire transfer, but guess what? You can pay however you want. Your supplier can't ask you or force you to pay with a specific method. Hopefully, all of the options are available and Alibaba enables you to pay however you prefer and you're comfortable with. But anyways, with PayPal, you have the same currency options, $12,000 limit and 3% transaction fee, and it's going to take 1 to 2 hours as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's been a few months since Alibaba started accepting Apple Pay and Google Pay, which is great. As you can see, they are both convenient method to use, and same as the last method, they accept different currencies. Here is the same 3% transaction fee, same 1 to 2 hours processing fee, but with Google Pay, as of today that I'm recording this video, they have a limit up to $500, which is almost nothing for an order from China. But hopefully, if you are watching this video in a few months or in a year, they might increase that limit. Finally, the last option and the most popular one for the large transactions are to pay with wire transfer or TT transfer from your bank. So there is always $40 transaction fee for the wire transfer, but some banks have a lower transaction fee of about $25. They say it takes on average 2 to 7 business days, but personally I've used wire transfer a lot, and for me it always took less than 24 hours. As you can see, they accept accept multi-currency and there is no limit on that, which means if you want to pay hundred thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars to your supplier, this is the best way to transfer your money. Alright, I just shared with you 5 tips to avoid scams on Alibaba, but now I want to share with you my 3 advanced tips to use Alibaba. Tip number 1 is my favorite because it's going to save you so much time. So make sure to use Alibaba's favorite feature because it allows you to compare 2 similar products from different suppliers, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So there are 2 ways to add 2 favorites. The first one is at the top of the supplier's storefront, and the second one is on the product page. So let's go ahead and add a product from this supplier to our favorite list. I'm going to add another product from another supplier to show you exactly why this feature is so useful. So once you find your favorite supplier and add the products you're looking for, from the top right corner you can click on your profile, and under my Alibaba click on my favorite. First of all, it's going to help you to stay organized, otherwise you would rely on your browser's bookmarks, and secondly, you can easily compare the specific features by selecting them and clicking on the compare option. Alright, now you'll be able to compare all of the product features from the both suppliers. As you can see, you can compare the minimum order quantity, FOB price, business type, payment terms they accept, their location, main products, and much more. But there is another tip for you. In order to be more efficient, on the top of this page you can check the hide the same features or highlight the difference. So you'll be able to see which company is younger and which one has more experience. Finally, you can click on contact suppliers and contact all of your favorite suppliers at once, which is going to save you so much time and effort. So hopefully from now on you can use this feature and it's going to be one of your main strategies to narrow down your option. Alright, tip number 2 is to filter your search results by suppliers, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I mean. So what most of the new Amazon sellers do when they are looking for a product on Alibaba is they just enter the product they're looking for in the search box and they look for the product. For example, let's do a quick search over here, and as you can see there are thousands of search results on this page and it's almost impossible to go through every single one of them. Now what I recommend is to go to the search box again, and on the left side instead of products click on the suppliers. First of all, Alibaba is going to narrow down the search results. As you can see, we went down from a few thousand units to less than 2,000 suppliers. So always search by suppliers, not by products. The third tip is to make sure that you're contacting real factories, not trading companies. Now I'm not against any trading companies, and personally I've done business with them, but most of the time when you go to a trading company storefront and you go to your product categories, you'll see that they are selling 10 different categories. They are selling toys, you name it, fitness equipment, home improvement tools, kitchen equipment, electronic, phone cases, and other stuff. Now once you're on their store, from the menu click on the products and see all of the other product categories that they sell. So as you can see, this supplier specializes in selling these products, which is exactly what we're looking for. On the other hand, this is a supplier that is selling completely unrelated products, and it's obvious that they're not specialized in a specific category, and you should avoid contacting these suppliers. Now the reason to focus on a specialized supplier is that first of all, you're going to get better prices and deals, and the second reason is that they're going to have a lot more knowledge and experience in that specific category. So they'll be able to help you to develop the exact product that you're looking for, and they can help you to customize and differentiate your product, which is one of the most important steps in your Amazon FBA business. Alright, now you know how to pay your Chinese supplier on Alibaba, but you're just halfway. The next step is to go ahead and watch this video next because you don't want to miss it. I recently launched my Amazon FBA course where I share my advanced tips over there, so I'm going to leave a link down in the description as well. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Cheers!